Hey guys, it's Joanne here, and today I am bringing you a cooking video. I am really excited to do this quick little recipe for you. This recipe is something that I came across a few months ago, and I just wanted to share it with you because it is so extremely simple. It's a way that I make a really quick personal size pan pizza using my air fryer and literally a few ingredients. The dough itself is actually made from 2 ingredients, and that is Greek yogurt and flour. Yes, just 2 ingredients that you can put in a bowl to make a dough and make a really simple pizza crust. So let me just flip the camera upside down, show you what I got laid out here for ingredients, and let's get this recipe started. Okay guys, so for this recipe today, we are going to need basically 2 ingredients for the dough. The first ingredient is non-fat Greek yogurt. I just get the plain, you don't want really any flavoring. This is from Friendly Farms, which is from Aldi's, but of course you can use any brand that you choose. I have put a half a cup of the non-fat Greek yogurt in that container, and then you also do a half a cup of flour in this container. Now, the thing about this recipe, when you're making the dough, is you need to watch the texture, and then as you're kneading it and creating your actual pizza crust, you're going to want to continue to use flour to keep the dough from sticking on the board as you're actually creating your pizza crust. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in the flour, and then we're going to add the Greek yogurt, which I'm going to get a spoon out, make sure I get it all. And I apologize if you hear my dog eating in the background because he's decided to all of a sudden have his lunch because he knows I'm cooking my lunch right now. So I'm literally just going to stir this up to form a dough. Not really rocket science, but you want to do this quick. You don't want to stir it too much. You just want to get it put together so that it actually kind of forms a dough ball. And you can see right now that it's a little bit on the sticky side, but that's going to be okay by the time we add some additional flour to help in creating the crusts, that we will be okay. So I have off camera, I have a little bit of flour here that I'm just going to set down, and then I'm going to add just a sprinkle on top to help me pick it up. Put some on my hands, and if it still feels too sticky, you just keep on putting some flour on, which this is still feeling a little bit too sticky. There we go. This is feeling like it's pretty good right now. So now what I'm going to do, move my bowl, and depending on what type of pizza you want, how big of a pizza you want, you can make this crust as thick or as thin as you want. What I like to do with my half recipe is I actually like to cut the dough in half, okay? And I like to make 2 mini personal pan pizzas with this dough. So we're just going to work with 1 piece of dough right now. And how I'm going to cook this today is I'm actually going to be using my air fryer. And let me just get a little bit of the stuff off my hands. What I like to do with this is I actually use one of these easy foil hefty, I think this is probably like an 8-inch like pie pan, and I'm gonna spray it with a little olive oil non-stick spray. I'm gonna do that off camera here. Then what I'm gonna do, here's my little trick. here, oh, let me see if I can get this into the camera zone here. This is my container for my air fryer. I like to actually make this fit down inside of here so that it becomes like a pizza tray for the pizza dough. So, and honestly, you just kind of make it happen. I'm literally just bending this in, and then I kind of forcibly flatten it out at the bottom, and then I pinch the sides flat against the sides so that it kind of looks like, it looks like this. You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is just for cooking the crust, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my dough with flour on my hands. Let's get the dough. Let me get the dough back in view. So I'm gonna take this and I'm going to make my crust. Now, if you want to add spices or seasoning to this, by all means you can. You don't have to. It's totally up to you. But I literally just flatten this out as much as I can, and then I put it inside the container and finish spreading it out, because this will kind of like puff up a little bit. So if you have any really thick areas, you want to kind of spread them out. Okay, and the pizza kind of looks like this. Nothing fancy, right? Now, the next step is, what I like to do is I like to kind of season the top of this. This is totally optional, but I'm just gonna take a little bit of garlic seasoning and just a little bit of onion powder, sprinkle just a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top. And I just have this grated junk. I'm not a big fan of it, but again, all that stuff is totally optional. So I'm going to put this inside of my air fryer, and you see it just sits in there really nice. And then we're gonna come over and we're gonna cook it for a little bit. Okay, so, and I have a setting on this that's called cake. So I'm gonna do power, cake, power. It goes for 25 minutes. Ignore this, okay? You are not gonna cook this for 25 minutes. I like to check this like let's let it go 4 minutes first, okay? And then we will be back and we will check to see how well the crust is done. And if I think it's ready for the next step, which is gonna be sauce and cheese. While that's going, I have my 2 sticks of string cheese. Joanne, why do you use string cheese, you ask? Because when you cook for one, it's hard to keep dairy fresh from going bad. So I don't want to buy a big bag of shredded cheese, let it go bad if I don't use it all. I don't want to feel pressured to eat cheese just so that it goes bad. So I like to buy string cheese, and then I take, you know, it's good for a nice snack. And then if I want to make a pizza, I take two of these and shred them up to put them on the pizza. Obviously, toppings when it comes to pizza, you can put whatever you want on it. So my timer just went off, and we're gonna pull this out, and we can see that I kind of feel it, and it feels good. You're looking for it not to be done all the way yet. You still want it to be cooked enough so that it's not going to be doughy. And we're just, I don't like a lot of sauce, so obviously sauce is going to be, how much sauce is going to be up to you. And of course, any meats or anything you want to put on here. You want to throw some pineapple and ham on there. You want to make it a garlic pizza. You can put a garlic spread on there. Like, use your imagination. I'm basically showing you the 2-ingredient crust, guys, is what I'm showing you. We have our cheese, and I try to keep it to 2 pieces of string cheese. And then on the top, I'm just going to put a little bit, I'm just going to sprinkle a little more Parmesan on top. Not much. That's it. Back in the air fryer, and we're going to go 3 minutes this time. See if we can get this cheese to bubble. 3 minutes is up. And you can see there, that looks pretty good. I'm just going to check the underneath. Needs to cook a little bit more underneath. The other thing you can do as an option is, at this point in time, the pizza is pretty much strong enough to be taken off this, and you can put it right on the air fryer to crisp up the bottom crust. So I'm going to do that right now without burning myself. Okay. Put this in here, and we're gonna go another maybe 2 minutes without the pan. Okay guys, the timer is done. Let it go for 2 minutes. You know what? I honestly think it can go for a little bit more. Set timer for 2 more minutes. So guys, I just wanted to point out here that when you're working with an air fryer, the first time you make this recipe, there is a lot of trial and error involved. I recommend doing, putting as far as the timer, doing the timer every couple of minutes so that you can keep on checking on the crust to see how it's cooking, so that that way moving forward, the next time you do the recipe, you don't have to worry or wonder or know exactly how long it's gonna take crust to cook and how fast it actually like crisps up, etc. So just be forewarned, depending on what type of air fryer you use, you may need to do a little bit of trial and error when you first get started. Okay guys, the alarm went off, so we're gonna check it again. And yeah, this time it looks good. I am going to slide this right out. And that, my friends, is a cheese pizza. Oh, it looks so good. So the size of it, you know, it's a personal pan. I would say it's, let's measure it. Let's measure it on camera. It's about 7 inches. Maybe 6.5 on a good day, right? That's how big it is. Looks good to me. I don't know about you guys, but pizza's done. So this recipe, guys, really makes an amazing crust. I cannot say enough about it. It is good tasting. The texture, it's nice and soft. I love it. It's just so simple. Give it a try. If you think you're gonna give it a try, let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to see what you think of it. That is going to be it for my video today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new to my channel, hi, I'm Joanne. It's nice to meet you. If you're new, I would love it if you would subscribe and become part of my YouTube family. And for those of you who are already part of my YouTube family, thank you so much for stopping back on my channel and watching this video. I really appreciate your support. You guys be awesome. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm gonna chat with you in my next video. Bye, guys.